are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight we wrap up Week 3 with a good Monday nighter here between the London BlackKnights and the Washington Commanders. Hello. Brandon Gaudin alongside the one and only Charles Davis. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to Week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here are the Commanders making their way out. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the one being the victor.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 67 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Second and 2. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. They're going to look to throw. He's got it. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game, because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll try to run this one in, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the BlackKnights take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite. But the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee, as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. But no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Another try after the first down sack. Mills. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
It's now 3rd and 19.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He gets this one to Burks. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw is Mills. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Mills on the slant, Burks. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now a run for Barner. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They run again with Barner. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, Mills. Rolling to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Here's Mills.
6 yards to go.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Mills to throw it. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. London about set to take over on offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now back to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 46 yards. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense, because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Deron Payne forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. These two teams all tied after one. second quarter now, and it's London with the football. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. McPherson's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, here's Mills. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it fourth down.
I know where we're headed.
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and they will take over first and 10. London about set to take over on offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with fourth down and a yard.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here we go on fourth down. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is. to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
McPherson on for the point after. It's good to make it 17-7.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Mills. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
Play fake, Mills.
27-yard line.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them.
Mills hit, and he loses the ball. It's going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Commanders preparing for their next possession.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run it now with Barnard. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That's good. Commanders, 1st down.
Now Barnard. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. He juked him. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Brings up 3rd and
They'll run. It's Barner. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
And the Washington first down. 1st and 10 at the 46.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Mills can't get away, and down he goes. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a dump off here complete, and they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. 3rd and long for Mills. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll look to throw here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
2nd and 3. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Holding, receiving team.
So already not the best to kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Trey Lance, over 300 yards through the air with a touchdown pass as well. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, sharp in the victory as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson, 3 touchdown passes as his guys stay unbeaten on the year. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for Washington, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Trying to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. The 6 DBs on the field for Washington on third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on first down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go play action. Mills. And incomplete on the deep ball. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, it's Mills. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now a play fake here on first down. Gets it to Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis. The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
First down, Mills. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mills. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mills. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A gain of a yard on the play.
Mills from the gun on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Davis Mills sacked. A fumble on the play.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. First down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 53 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
The point after is good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. A play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before we get a good head of steam going.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. On second down, they'll run it here. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
Holding. Offense.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Back now here on EA Sports. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Mills to throw it. Got a man open. It's Sutton. 7 yards there and a first down. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just one, but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 750.
Hey, you're talking about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Back to throw. Now Conley's got it over the middle. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got the hook up with Conley. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. Fourth down.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Back to throw here. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
The offense will line up for a two-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Washington offense set to take over again. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mills. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. On third down, here's Mills. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Mills, 4th down, got to have it. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Commanders win for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Out of the gun now on third down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
And this is going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. Mills on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. A good gain on first. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. To throw, Mills. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that is incomplete. Washington on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Incomplete from the contact. It's 4th down.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to have a Washington first down. They didn't get a lot, but they do convert on 4th. Here's Mills. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Number 7. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now Mills. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Washington on third down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing, Mills. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Again, it's Mills. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And Mills is intercepted for the third time. Picked off by DJ Reed. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. In a division game, it's usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for our visitors, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Washington, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.